G'day viewers, how the devil are you? Hogs here. A bit of an ego trip, isn't it? I don't wear pyjamas, so I'm sparing you that spectacle. Listen, I don't know much what this program's about because I've got nothing to do with it.
Australia, the oldest Earth on Earth.
I may have left out. Back then, because of our isolation, this is a telecast. And for that reason, I'm using my very special voice. Have you noticed?
You're all in this. If you're in the audience, you're in the show.
That was Jan Event, a typical example of fine Aussie womanhood.
That was Ray Martin, bold Australian male, to help guide this tremendous television occasion.
Of course, there's no guarantee that it'll all go without a hitch either.
What can go wrong?
I believe if the people of Australia learn from the past, learn from the mistakes, the wrongs, as well as the great achievements, then we can all make our contribution to making Australia a better place.
Ray, you've got a special group. Do you want to say hello?
Yes, we have. In fact, let's say hello to 15,000 international scouts who are holding a jamboree at Wollongong, just outside of Wollongong. Last night, Australia's Master Shannon Ralph Harris entertained them. That's 15,000 waddles and one waddle board.
Almost long enough to girdle the entire globe.
This is Ayers Rock, once more known by its ancient name of Uluru. The return of Uluru to its traditional owners was a controversial one. And that's what this program is all about.
It can only be described as a glittering arcade of things to see and do.
Well.
Now, of course, Easter Island's got all those dirty, great big heads of Malcolm Fraser.
Australia can be a harsh and a cruel land that dares you to take it for granted, at your own peril.
It can be described as a teeming, tumbling avalanche of effulgent fixtures.
If you say so, Clive.
We began as a dumping ground 200 years ago. It wasn't glorious.
To the England that expelled our founding fathers and mothers, most of them, let's face it, were petty thieves and pickpockets and highway persons, and that special bane of the English upper classes, the disloyal domestic servant, and then locked in darkness for months below decks. Our forebears were the human debris of a society devoid of pity. The chaplain took his cats and 50 printed lectures on the evils of swearing. A new dumping ground was needed, Botany Bay.
It was here that the First Fleet made contact with Aboriginal Australia, with their pale skin and heavy jackets on such a hot day. Come here, I'll show you. You see, Aboriginal achievement is like the dark side of the moon, for it is there but so little is known.
Yes, the white newcomers soon showed the black locals what civilization meant. It meant the cat o' nine tails. The line of darkness will take most of this program to cover the country.
We'll shed our modicum of light in step with the advancing night. Wasn't it Byron who said that?
I don't know, Clive.
We're cutting our live to Port Kembla, where we'll meet Joe Smo, a real loser.
The seed of European culture was sown in Australian soil. You have blossomed from those days into one of the world's most made cunts. Happy birthday, Australia.
Who would have thought that on New Year's Day, I'd be on a rock at the bottom of Australia? It's bleak, it's desolate. We're being battered constantly by the roaring 40s. This is normal.
1.5 million mutton birds.
And we were trying to avoid you and the technicians who kept ringing us all afternoon. But I don't think we'll ever get off this place, you know.
Are you going to give it all up after today, Jack, and quit the country and head for the big smoke?
No, no, never, Mickey. A mountain man must never leave the high country. If I left here, I'd stagnate and die.
Reg, how many species of birds have you got altogether up there?
276, Clive.
What's that one called? Have you seen any crocodiles lately?
We've seen a couple of big ones yesterday, about 14 feet.
Were the tourists impressed by those?
I think so. They all hung over the side and took photos.
They hung over the side when a 14-footer was around?
Well, just speaking tongue-in-cheek there, Clive.
Clive, you thought of growing a beard like Reg's? That's a beauty, isn't it?
It's a beautiful beard.
It is a fabulous beard. I don't know what I'd have done if I'd have actually come across a crocodile. Probably smacked across the snout with the notebook.
No, that's not a problem, Ray. All you have to do if you come face to face with a huge crocodile is wrestle it.
Is that all?
A few weeks ago on the Adelaide River, a croc came at me, and I instinctively did the right thing. I put my arm around its belly like this. I held its powerful jaws closed with the other hand like this. All it takes is a bit of good Aussie male strength and nerve, actually.
That's very interesting, Clive.
A crocodile's the worst actor I've ever seen.
Australia is terrific. Geez, he's a dag, isn't he?
Hi, gang! You're looking fabulous.
Thanks, love.
How are you?
Pretty good, thanks.
Good to see you. See you later. Bye-bye.
Denise can't hear me. I wondered who the dickens cleaned all those 700 fish.
Grace, I did mention about your friends that live with you. You have a pig, I believe.
I have a pig, yes. It did follow me in, Mike, but it disappeared to somewhere.
It was the first time they had flown Ansett, Australia's leading domestic airline. The untold luxury of the experience soon began in the airport lounge. But once the giant Ansett airliner was in the air, luxury verged on decadence. Meals that would have boggled the mind of a Byzantine emperor. King's Cross.
Did you speak with me in the strip show? Here we go, fellas. Guys, what are you offering?
Used to go up to King's Cross at night and do some heavy drinking. Sometimes I'd drink 3 cappuccinos in a row. I had a very beautiful body in those days, Yana.
Really? What went wrong?
It was gravity. It was pure gravity. What could be bigger than Western Australia? Well, I'm going to tell you. Space.
I don't know that I put it quite that way.
So who or what exactly is an Aussie? Well, you could read 100 books, I guess, and still be confused. Paul Hogan, I guess that, like yourself, that we're all basically honest and handsome and witty.
No, not really.
What's it say about us in this bicentennial year?
Not much. We're going to get so sick of the Bicentenary, it'll be like the America's Cup. We'll be glad we lost it.
WOG languages were unacceptable.
Any word from the governor? Any chance of a reprieve? That's some on, eh? Ah, here's the cheese. Ah. Oh, look at this. Gotta try some. Oh, I can't stop eating all this food. Oh, yeah, I'm still hungry. Pizza. Isn't it great to be an Australian? Italian instruction. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon.
What's a good Italian boy doing like you single, huh?
Oh,
you
no.
should be married. Let's check out.
What they say is every happiness, but this is what it's like.
Kiss her, kiss her.
They're having a wonderful time as we make our way along, almost to Port Augusta, to begin the trip across the Nullarbor Plain. Everyone having a wonderful time in the dining car, strolling with my girlie when the dew is pearly early in the morning.
G'day. I suppose I should say
konnichiwa, because that's good day in Japanese.
Domo, arigatou gozaimashita. Totemo jouzu desu ne. I don't think they were too impressed.
Can you let us in on the secret? What did you say to them?
Well, I think I might have said I promise you all a lifetime supply of Chico rolls.
Half their luck, Clive. I'd love to be there.
I'd love to have a go at that. Yeah. Do you think they'd take us?
Chico roll.
Adventurer Dick Smith, who'll no doubt be shouting at us out of his helicopter. I met Dick once and he can't talk. He spends so much time in that chopper that he has to shout all the time.
Dick, can you hear me?
Zina diary, so there's niet gauw worden lust.
Here's me hear of it.
Maar wat de Zina dat is niet ja, zie hier
A very different Dick.
I have never been up in a balloon. Tell me what that view is like.
Well, it looks very much like Germany.
Leslie
I am
Molly Meldon, I think, is doing a segment, and
Molly won't be talking underwater, but you'll probably think he is when you hear it, because that's how he talks all the time.
And we're at a wool shed. And the host to the young people that are the adventurers, not a very good dance, am I? The Torres from, and they've had sheep shearing, we've had dog trials. Who's an Annie? I tell you what, when I used to be a boy on a Saturday night, I found a friend. Come here, Max.
sort of lifestyles of the poor and nameless.
These guys are boiling hot under here. You guys actually don't wear any underwear. It's we're not wearing any knickers at all. No knickers. We won't tell anyone. It's a bit of a secret. No undies. See you later.
Happy birthday, Australia.
Heaven's sake! Oh, Madge, why did you have to get into this film?
Dame Edna, what do you think of the Bicentennial?
I've been trying to get excited. But I'm feeling ambivalent because, and here's a bit of a revelation, I'm an Aborigine. Tribesman, throwing, with mauve hair and funny glasses.
Come here.
Throwing things. They weren't boomerangs. I think they were gladioli, and I think that could prove that some of my ancestors were Australian Aborigines. Isn't that thrilling?
Aboriginal achievement is like the dark side of the moon, for it is there, but so little is known.
Stunning, Dame Edna.
I just can't get it out of my mind.
It's ageless beauty. She's a goddess, really, reclining there, Clive.
She is. I think she proves to all Australian women that life is not necessarily over after the age of 200.
I think we'll be thinking of giving this land back to the Abos because everyone that's got a bad product to flog is going to be sort of pushing the Bicentenary down our necks.
Thank you for your time tonight. Do you think that we have good reason to celebrate?
Well, Ray, I think a time like this is a time where the young men should dream dreams and the old men should see visions.
So I just want to say, terrible sort of backslapping. It's a wonderful country and we're wonderful people. That awful, we're wonderful, we're flavour of the month nonsense. And
Here a cheer for Australia!
Thanks, Hags.
I'm not so sure I believe that.
Now, I think it's a disgrace and we must do something about it.
In joyful strains then let us sing.
there's rubbish on the other channels. There's nothing to watch at this time of year. Television's really the pits.
Here a cheer for Australia!